In this video, we're going to discuss about the arrangement of the particles in solids, liquids, and gas. I know that most of the ideas are so clear, but sometimes you are facing problems in using the proper words to express your ideas. So let's start. First, how to describe the force between particles of an element. Force is usually described as strong or weak. Accordingly, the force between particles in a solid is the strongest, while this force between the particles in a gas is the weakest. When it comes to liquid, it's weaker than the force in a solid but stronger than the force holding the particles in a gas. Now, let's describe the space between particles, also known as separation between the particles, which can be described as the closest, the shortest, or the farthest. It's clear that the separation between particles in solids is the shortest, where the particles touch each other, while the separation between particles in a gas is the farthest. For sure, the distance separating particles in a liquid is longer than the separation in solids, but it's not as long as the separation between particles in a gas. Another parameter which describes the particles is the motion. How particles are moving in an element X. Motion of particles can be described as fast or slow. In a solid, the motion of particles is the slowest, where particles are vibrating in place, while particles in gas are moving the fastest. For sure, in liquids, particles are moving faster than particles in a solid, but slower than particles in gas. What if you were asked about the kinetic energy of particles? Energy can be described as high or low. As particles are vibrating in their place in a solid, they have the lowest kinetic energy. Oppositely, when particles are moving fast in a gas, they have the highest kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of particles in the liquid is higher than the kinetic energy of the particles in a solid, but lower than the kinetic energy of the gas.